Good morning. Now, it's been reported at last in the mainstream media in the UK that lockdowns are causing more deaths than COVID. Um, I don't know why people in the mainstream media have taken 2 years or more to come up with that statement. Well, I do know why, because they were pushing the narrative that everybody needs to lock down and everybody needs to be injected for about 2 years. But now it's so patently obvious that lockdown was a dreadful, dreadful mistake, because the figures from the ONS in the UK, that's the Office for National Statistics, are showing that 1,000 people a week extra are dying more than what is the 5-year average. And that is in the summer as well. So clearly something is going very, very terribly wrong with increasing the death rate in the UK by something like 15%, and that it's going up. The number of excess deaths is going up every week slowly. So heaven knows what it's going to be like in the winter. So that's part of the story that they're now admitting to. 2 years too late. I spoke out against it at the very beginning because it was very obvious that lockdowns were just a narrative to destroy everything, and then the World Economic Forum, etc., could come in and build back better, which is what they wanted to do, and that was clearly a plan. They're admitting this 2 years too late. Some other very brave people spoke out at the very beginning, I know, but those of us who did were called granny killers, we were called conspiracy theorists, we were called dangerous spreaders of disinformation, and there were calls to silence us, censor us, even to put us in prison from some people. I was sitting on the London Assembly in a meeting where I questioned Nadeem Zahawi, who was the vaccine minister in early 2021. And I was called a scaremonger. And actually, people from all different parties then asked, what are we going to do to put people in prison who are spreading disinformation? So, just after I'd asked the question, they didn't mention me by name, but clearly I was in their mind when they asked this question. You can go back and find the videos there from the London Assembly. I haven't clipped it, but that particular bit, and put it out. Maybe I should do, so you can see the shocking attacks on people who just saw through the lies, saw through the narrative, saw that this lockdown was utterly destructive, and it has been, to lives and livelihoods. Hundreds of thousands of businesses have gone under. Millions of people have suffered with mental health issues. Children's education has been ruined for a year or two. And now they're admitting that lives are being lost or have been lost because of the lockdowns. And what they're saying, which is true, partly true, is that this is because the NHS was so focused on COVID that they didn't do diagnosis and preventative treatment or even actual treatment for cancer and heart attack and diabetes and all kinds of other conditions which are now killing people. Now, that is true. It's only half the truth. What they've missed out is the effects from the injections. So most of the mainstream media is not even mentioning that still. They're spinning this increase in excess deaths is due to lockdown, something that happened 2 years ago, 1 year ago, but they're not mentioning the injections, which we know from other data, and this has been admitted actually by the pharmaceutical companies and the CDC in America, that there are large numbers of injuries and deaths and sudden deaths caused by the experimental injections. The mainstream media in the UK isn't mentioning that at all. They're just saying the excess deaths are because of the lockdowns. It's partly true, but the other side of the story, the other part, is the injections are also adding to this. And as time goes on, we're likely to see more, sadly, more adverse effects and deaths as a result of the injections which were brought in on the back of the lockdowns and that narrative. So that isn't being said yet. I'm saying it here, and I wonder if this video is going to stay up anywhere.